I'm Alexander Surya, Jayanty, mole in the right hand, penguin, duck, birthmark. How are these serial killers not in prison repeatedly stalking me? It's 10/12, August 11th. They're literally sitting here bombarding my nervous system repeatedly with different stimuli. Is neurophysiological torture in two forms, unnatural as well as natural. I've described this and characterized it to the UN numerous times. If repeatedly dropping water on someone's forehead, repetitive stimulation of the nervous system, is torture, Chinese water drop torture, I would say repeated bombardment of my nervous system, repeated and daily, as well as repeated threats, harassment, and attempts to intimidate and threaten me every second of the day to stimulate natural release of neurotransmitters and natural neurophysiological mechanisms associated with fear, agitation, anger, anxiety, etc., and repeatedly trying to agitate, put someone in fear of their life, intimidate them, threaten them, etc., and trying to naturally stimulate that, or trying to unnaturally stimulate a natural response repeatedly, that's a form of neurophysiological torture. How are these people not in prison? They're committing psychological torture, sexual torture, neurophysiological torture, and then they're peddling slander with malice, trying to coerce murder and crime. How are these terrorists not in prison? And how are they getting away with these repeated accounts of assault with their neurophysiological weapons, their weaponized telepathy, their implantable devices for neuromodulation, their repeated threats and intimidation via telepathy? How are these terrorists, rapists, and murderers? Like I said, they've conspired and attempted murder through committing assaults and using WMDs on me while impersonating people. So that's misdirected attempts of self-defense. And then they've even conspired to even tell me who they are while committing crimes on me, so that they could try to lure me somewhere and then kill me. Well, they stalk me with the satellite camera and and my eye output, etc., when en route to potentially try to defend myself. And then I'd show up to try to talk maybe, and then they just shoot me. So how are these people not in prison? They've conspired and attempted murder repeatedly. They've attempted multiple frames, manufactured multiple accounts of evidence in attempt to frame. They've attempted murder with false claims of betting manipulation. They're committing repeated sexual assault and abuse. Also an attempted murder, maybe to misdirect self-defense or direct self-defense at the right people. Why aren't these people in prison? It's conspiracy and attempted murder. It's repeated assault. It's neurophysiological assault and torture, psychological torture, sexual abuse. These are human rights and civil rights violations. How are these people not in prison? I'm Alexander Surya, Jayanty, and don't trust these people who commit these crimes and then pretend to be the victims of what I'm a victim of. Those are some of the key terrorists. Bet my life on it. So the people who pretend to be the victims of what I complain about to the UN, CIA, FBI, etc., those are key terrorists involved with this terrorist organization. Bet my life on it.